Good morning, everyone. Time to do some more Eliza online. My goal for this session was to reach Destroyer, and I think we're going to do one rank per video going forward. First thing I want to show you is if you look at this Oki situation right here. I've started setting up the Moonglide 3-4 like that after a fireball, and the reason that works is if you think about when you fight fireball characters in this game, when they throw one fireball, it's very likely that they do one more straight after it, like two in a row. And so if you do one fireball and your opponent anticipates a second one and starts sidewalking, you can use the fact that Moonglide 3-4 is a homing move and you can catch the sidewalk for a launch, and so that works pretty well. It's a setup that I've been working on a little bit lately. Here I catch another sidewalk. I'm going to try and convert to the wall. And I get a nice wall conversion into the full combo, which is not super easy with Eliza. I have to work out some more reliable conversion options for her right there. I think I might start using back 3-4, which is a move we haven't talked about yet with her, but it's actually a great wall carry tool. Dive kick 3, that down 4, unless they recover properly, is guaranteed for good damage. And here he starts laying on the pokes, and you can see I'm in a bad position near the wall here. I think I try and get out with the power crush, but he actually stuffs it and kills me instead. That low he did right there is a counter hit launcher, so you got to be careful with it. That time I didn't collect the free Moonglide for some reason. I let him block the second one, and now I'm in the middle of a combo here. So you can tell that even though the first two rounds went pretty well, now I've lost a lot of my steam. But here I get a whiff with the EX dive kick. The Moonglide 2, and another EX dive kick. I should have been able to kill him with the wall combo right there, but fast run up into a down forward one for the Oki works out. I played a lot of Feng this time around. I feel like going into the orange ranks, the amount of Dragunov slightly decreases and you see a lot more Feng and Leo, which I obviously prefer. Problem with playing against Feng is he does have two different snake edges, and there are still a lot of people at these ranks who abuse them, so you constantly got to be scared of his lows. And he has a lot of really great lows that are in launches too, so you got to be very careful. So a little email Harada moment there. I went through his hitbox with the slide. But if I get that opportunity, I'm obviously going to collect. So again, EX dive kick. It's fantastic for when you have a read on a low. Really great move for so many reasons. But you can use it as a bootleg hop kick. You do need meter though, so keep an eye on your blood meter. This is a good example. One of the reasons I wanted to show you this game is a good example of how not to use your rage art. That was a very wasteful use of his rage. You can tell that if he had just done a normal combo, he would have done basically the same damage. It's not wrong to use a rage art at the end of a combo to extend it, but you should typically do that when you need the extra damage to close out a game. In that scenario, if he had just finished his combo, put me in the corner, and then try to use his rage to chip me with his rage drive, or maybe just use the rage to enhance his damage, that would have been a much more useful way of spending the rage, in my opinion. He looked for the wall hit there with the homing move, and here I'm just going to eat some mids. I was pretty sure that was going to work actually, but yeah, that sidestep move does a little bit more damage than I thought, so eats the final hit. I was too slow on the Moonglide 4 follow-up there. That's not guaranteed, but it works a lot of the time. Usually what I do is I throw a fireball. And here the snake edge comes out. You can see me when I end up in full crouch and I don't get a hit. I usually try and get out of full crouch using a while standing forward. It's just a very sort of standard Tekken technique because of how safe an option a while standing 4 is. It's just this very reliable long range mid that you can use to create breathing room when you want to get out of full crouch. So not super clean game, but good enough. This Leo right here is probably one of the better players I played. He has some pretty serious input skills. I was very surprised to see that he has quite a few games, but his Leo is in higher rank. If you look at this combo right here, that kind of combo where you're doing roll dashes into while standing moves is something that is a relic from the Tekken Tag 2 era of Leo play. So, you know, it's a technically capable player who has been playing Leo since Tekken Tag 2, is my guess. And so, yeah, he was very, very decent. And you can see he's properly mixing up his King K options. This time he went for the hop kicks. I didn't punish properly. That counter hit, when you hear that counter hit sound, I usually go for a down 4 for the follow-up, and I'm pretty sure that's actually completely guaranteed, which is great damage. I don't know if it's 100% guaranteed, but I haven't had anybody beat it so far in online play. So I'm going to assume that it is for now, and then I guess I'll have to check it out in practice mode to know for sure. Leo's Orbital, what a great buff to the character. Fantastic move that she got recently. The reason I didn't Moonglide right there is because you could see he hit the wall after the Power Crush. Oh, and here's another great combo option. You can see he does the roll dash cancel into while standing 4-1+2. So a cool option there, and he did it so confidently. So yeah, it's a player who knows his inputs. Oh yeah, I was gonna say, when the opponent hits the wall after a Power Crush, you do not get any guaranteed damage. So it can be very, very dangerous to do a Moonglide there, because if you do the 4, he can block it and launch punish. He actually has time to recover, so you only get the guaranteed damage out in the open. And that's just a standard down for the 1 to end the round. Fast mid pokes are the best ways to end rounds in general. Safest way. Again, another great combo. I don't know why he didn't finish the Falling Leaf there. If he had, I doubt that I would actually have won this game, because he would have got another knockdown situation at the wall right there. And Leo has good Oki in that situation, so I was lucky that he somehow didn't have the confidence to finish the string, and I'm able to go in, mixing him up with the mid there for the Oki for the last hit. So that was barely a win. Oh, next we're going to play this guy. I really like this guy. I've played his Raven a couple of times recently. We've sort of been in the same circuit in the online grind. He's very decent, and I always include my Master Raven games in these videos because I just love playing against and watching Master Raven. That wall option right there, down 1 into down 3, or sorry, I think it's, yeah, back 1 into down 3. I think that's actually a guaranteed wall combo for Raven. I think she gets that on skilled low, and it's a great option for a wall combo. A great thing about it is that her other max damage option, you need to get into back turn, and if you don't have a way to do that, then you have a great option there in back 1 down 3. And I would imagine, because of how fast that low recovers, that you actually get a pretty decent Oki situation out of it as well. And you can see I'm just waiting. I knew I wanted to kill him with the Power Crush, so I was waiting for him to do a move. And as soon as I saw like any movement from his arms, I just did it, and turned out that worked out. So this time I don't convert into the wall properly, but I get the hit with the dive kick 4, which means that the throw right there is completely inescapable, unless he breaks it, obviously, which is an option. Went for Moonglide 2 for the Oki. That follow-up is guaranteed on the counter hit, so it's a great tool for Raven. I caught a sidewalk right there. It can be useful to delay the Moonglide 3-4 when you're looking for that sidewalk some of the time, because if you do it too fast, they might actually be moving so far out of the distance. They obviously can't sidestep the move because it's homing, but they can move so far away that you actually whiff it. So if you delay it a little bit, you can make that more reliable. And he does. I think that's Raven's 2 throw for the finish. No break. Counter it down 4. I managed to mess up the combo for some reason. That's Eliza's backswing blow. I don't use that a lot, but it is useful for wall splat sometimes. I think it's actually launch punishable, which is why I can't really recommend you use the move. If it hadn't been, I think the move would have been balanced somewhere around -12 actually, but because it is so punishable, I can't recommend the move all that much. You need sort of need a hard read to make it work. And here's Paul. I mean, there's a lot of Paul all the time online. And you can see I feel like he's hit me like 3 times here, and I like have no health. And I actually do feel that Paul's damage is a little bit overblown, but you know, that's supposed to be his design, right? He's a character who does a lot of damage. I just wish that he was a character who did a lot of damage and didn't also have, you know, such a great overall toolkit. I think he needs to be like balanced out in some other ways if he's going to be allowed to have that damage. But yeah, I'm not going to complain about Paul and call him overpowered or anything. He's not. He's just you know, in an online chaotic environment, when he can get away with a lot of his stuff, he becomes very powerful because of that damage. It was a very obvious demolition man, so I blocked that, and then again the mid for the Oki. At the end of the round, I think going for mids when you want to apply Oki is a little bit more reliable than going for the low, because people are just, I don't know, really tense and looking for lows at the end of the round. Because, you know, just a down 4 is such a typical round ender. That's a good thing to know, that you can actually interrupt Paul's backswing in that situation. You have to use jabs, I think. I don't think you can get away with anything slower than jabs, but it is an option you have. Oh, I think you can actually get 11 frames, which is why I used to counter hit that with Katarina, because she has that great 11 frame counter hit standing 4. So if your character has magic 4, that's an option you have right there. And he interrupts my slash kick, and here I end up, you know, super claustrophobic, being this close to the corner against Paul when he has that demo man and everything else. It's very, very nerve-wracking. But he delays right there, so I managed to get a counter hit with the counter hit 4. That's not an optimal combo, but it works. And yeah, EX dive kick, such a great option for so many situations. I really love the move. It's by far my favorite way to use my meter when I'm playing Eliza. The final game is going to be the promotion. I played against the Law. I do not like playing against the Law all that much, so what I was thinking right here is I'm just going to try and like launch him once and then just pile on as much pressure as I can, because I don't want him to get comfortable getting, you know, starting into his flow charts, starting into his close-up pressure. And you can see he actually allowed me a lot of space, and he was playing kind of cautious for a Law. He was not that spammy, which I think, unfortunately for him, is actually the reason he lost, because I really do struggle much more in terms of Law when he's just in my face and abusing a lot of his favorable frame traps and stuff. You can see he's attacking very little for a Law player. You know, Laws tend to attack pretty much constantly throughout the entire game. That's a great setup. The wall combo is a little bit janky. He sidewalks, so I do 4-4-3-4. And you can see here the amazing wall carry, literally from one wall to the other with Eliza. Here I think if he had min-maxed his combo a little bit, he might actually have been able to kill with this Rage Art. There's probably a more damaging option in there for Loss somewhere. I'm not sure though. He tries for a Junkyard, and I get the Moonglide too. Counter it down 4. This time I do the proper combo. A little bit too slow on the follow-up there, which was sad. Oh, and that traded, which is annoying. Usually that would have beat most moves, but it didn't this time, so it's annoying. And here I'm just going to do a power crush into the slide for the finish. So that was a Destroyer. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next session.